Hi, this is Brad Constantine, and this is a podcast recording of the Old Testament. Although this is not an official recording of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, every effort's been made to be as doctrinally accurate as possible. I'll be using for the text the Joseph Smith translation of the Old Testament, along with many commentaries from general authorities of the Church, BYU professors, Bible scholars, and others. This format will be very detailed, and so if you want a deep analysis of the Old Testament, you come to the right place. Thanks for your attendance. Hi, and welcome back to the Old Testament podcast. We will begin reading now out of the book of Numbers. Today is chapter 1. First, a little introduction to the book of Numbers. The title of the book of Numbers in the King James Version comes from the Latin Vulgate numeri, or numbers, which is descriptive of the census given in the first 3 chapters of the book rather than of its content in general. Therefore, Numbers is strictly the Christian name for this section of the Torah, or first 5 books of Moses. The Hebrews most often chose from among the first words of the text for a title for each of the books in the Bible. Thus, the Jews have called this book either Vaydaber, and he spoke, which is the first Hebrew word of the book, or more commonly, Bemidbar, in the wilderness, which is the 5th word in the first verse. This part of the work of Moses records the movement of the children of Israel from Mount Sinai to Mount Pisgah, which was on the east side of the Jordan River and overlooked the Promised Land. The book includes an account of the numbering of Israel, the Levitical preparations for moving the tabernacle, why Israel was cursed with 40 years of wandering, the second numbering of Israel after those above 20 years of age at the time of the Exodus had died, the choosing of Joshua to lead Israel, and a description of some land inheritances by the various tribes. The book does not have any doctrinal discourses, but it gives the necessary understanding to key historical events in the story of the family of Jacob. Some of the doctrinal implications of these historical events are of great worth. Be alert to the major events and specific preparations Israel underwent before they were ready to realize their promised reward. And that was out of the Institute Manual. All right, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses. So see, that would have been the title of the book. That's a reminder that also the book of Genesis, the book of Exodus, the first words were what was used as the title. Verse 1, And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls, or a head count. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. The first census of Israel after the Exodus numbered 603,550 men over 20 years of age who could go to war. This included none of the Levites, who numbered 22,000. It also excluded all females, old men, boys under 20 years of age, and men unable to bear arms. This record has caused some scholars to estimate the total number of the children of Israel to be over 2 million souls. Other scholars believe that there have been textual errors in the transmission of numbers down through the centuries and that the total number of Israelites would be closer to 500,000. So I guess you can pick your number. Whatever is correct, the task Moses faced was incredibly huge. To lead even 500,000 people into a harsh and barren wilderness and attempt to keep their hunger and thirst satisfied, their needs for shelter and protection from the elements met, as well as bring them to a state of spiritual maturity and obedience. No wonder Moses cried out, I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. Verse 4, And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you, or the tribe of Reuben, Elizur the son of Shadur; of Simeon, Shelumiel the son of Zerushadai; of Judah, this is not going to be fun, I can tell already. Of Judah, Nahshon the son of Amminadab; of Issachar, Nathaniel the son of Zuar; of Zebulun, Eliab the son of Helon; of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama the son of Ammihud; of Manasseh, Gamaliel the son of Pedazur; of Benjamin, Abidan the son of Gideoni; of Dan, Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai; of Asher, Pagiel the son of Achran; of Gad, Elisaph the son of Duel; of Naphtali, Ahira the son of Enan. These are the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands of Israel. So we've just named 12, the 12 tribes of Israel and their leaders. Is that like the 12 apostles? Verse 17, and Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, about from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. As the Lord commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to their number of the names by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them, according to the number of the names of their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Getting a lot of repetition here, I think. Of the children of Gad, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Gad, were 45,650. Do you get the idea? Of the children of Judah, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600. Of the children of Issachar, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Maybe you want to fast forward through some of this. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, by their generations, after their families, of the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the children of Manasseh, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. The blessing of Ephraim was here fulfilled in having thousands more sons able for war than had his older brother Manasseh. Verse 36, of the children of Benjamin, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the children of Asher, by their generations, after their families, of the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the children of Naphtali, throughout their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. Maybe I should just do asterisk or something, ditto. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each one was for the house of his fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel, even all they that were numbered were 600,350. Did I say that right? 600,000 and 3,000 and 550. Okay. But the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. Those of the tribe of the Levitical priesthood were assigned particularly to care for the house of the Lord, to officiate in it on behalf of the children of Israel, and to disassemble and reassemble it in times of movement. They were its protectors, so their tents encircled the sanctuary. That's why they weren't going off to war, is because they were protecting the temple and the tabernacle. For the Lord had spoken unto Moses, saying, Only thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel. But thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle, and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about the tabernacle. And when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the stranger, or anyone unauthorized, that cometh nigh, shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony, and the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did they. Anyway, that's the end of Numbers chapter 1. See you next time. Bye.